Hey, have you experienced any kind of transformation while listening to the Urban Pharmacy podcast? If so, I know that for you, it's time to reclaim control over your holistic health goals so that you can get on the track to the healthiest version of you. And right now, I'm extending an opportunity to walk together to do this work. I'm bringing years of knowledge, learning, and changing of my own life and my family's to the table to help you do the same. I want to exclusively invite you to something that I know will help you on your holistic journey. And in order for you to continue chipping away at this work as a female entrepreneur or an ambitious female that's really driven to reach her goals, the doors are now open to join me for the next 12 months in the founders launch of Holistic Entrepreneur Society. Let's get real. Changing your life and truly up-leveling and taking control of a journey like this can be super overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. HES gives you support, resources, and the community that you need to start living the holistic and intentional life that you want and you deserve. In this program, we'll be diving deeper into each of the topics that we have been covering, which include positive mindset, epic wellness habits, plant predominant living, overall holistic living and low tox living strategies, healthy success environment, mind-body connection, and so much more. We're going to be covering all the pillars that we practice at the Urban Pharmacy. I know that you want to live as long as possible and to be here for your family and experience life with them. I know that you want to show up as the incredible person that you are and the person that you're created to be with a rock solid mindset and better habits. I know you want to detox your home from easily replaceable things that could be hindering your overall health. And I know that you want to have that accountability and community pulling you up the mountain. I know you want to move forward with the plant forward life and feel energized versus tired after you eat, and to tap into that natural lifestyle and feel supported by a knowledgeable mentor like me and live a more fulfilling and holistic life. Ladies, I am so excited about this program because it is 12 months of us working together to up-level your health and get clear about how to make simple changes that make a big difference in your health. We've chatted so much in this podcast and still are not even anywhere near covering all of the holistic topics that we need to, but this particular program was designed to help you become the person who you truly want to be, not only for you, but for your family, your future vision, and for your bottom line. At the end of 12 months, you're going to learn the art of simplicity when it comes to eating healthfully and creating lifelong habits that stick. You're going to know how to control your health by building a sustainable business so that you don't end up failing on either front. You're going to learn about plant-based eating, herbs, how to cook, and so many little tactics and tricks that I've been using for the last 12 years of living this way. You're going to know how to avoid business burnout because I've been there, done that, and how to maintain your health while you're growing your legacy. You're going to begin to thrive in your wellness while simultaneously growing your business. And if you aren't an entrepreneur yet, it's okay. As long as you're an ambitious woman that's not afraid to go after your goals, you are welcome in the society. You're also going to understand the importance of your success environment within your home, your social life, and your daily habits. You're going to learn automatic habits, easy systems, and daily moves to make your holistic health easy and second nature. And as a bonus, you'll understand fundamentals of long-term business growth and how to maintain that growth while you feel amazing in your body. My promise to you is that you will have the power of accountability to keep you busting and move toward your goals, long-term sustainability in your efforts toward healthy living, the power of your story to create clarity around your actions, which is one of my favorite things to teach on. You're going to have a well-rounded approach to change the way you think, the way you eat, and the way you set up your environment, the way you show up, approach your business, and impact others' lives because you are dedicated to making yours better. You're going to also learn strategies that are actually going to help you maintain your healthy habits. And you're going to have me as your virtual cheerleader, celebrating every single success that you have. If you're ready to own your 24 hours of the day, cast your vision of living your life by design and do it in a way that is holistic, approachable, and will grow your bottom line, Holistic Entrepreneur Society is for you. If you've been stuck trying to do it all on your own for long enough and you're ready to take control of your life and your dreams, let's make the necessary changes together. This program is well over $12,000, but right now the price is just $397 per month for the founder's launch. It's structured with 2 live calls per week that are going to be on Zoom and recorded for you to see later or live. You're going to get one-on-one time with me each month. You're going to have access to me via an app called Voxer, which is like a walkie-talkie app, and you can ask me questions at any time you need. Again, the price is $397 per month for 12 months. But if you pay in full, it's only $41.97. And this, again, is the founder's launch of the Holistic Entrepreneur Society, and it will never be offered again at this price. And as a bonus, when you sign up, you're going to get a really epic wellness box from me, which I can't even tell you how awesome it is. It's just so awesome, and I'm keeping it a secret. You're going to have to wait until it shows up at your doorstep. So if you want to chat more about working together and scheduling a call, just click the link in my bio or down in the show notes, and you can get grooving with your new health and wellness life. Let's do this together. Let's rise up. All right, on to the episode. It's episode 41 of the Urban Pharmacy podcast, and today you get a glimpse into my free live workshop that actually went down just a few weeks ago in my private Facebook group called the Urban Pharmacy. And the topic of the day is body nourishment. I really hope that you enjoy this episode. It's day 2 of Rise Up Live. This is a workshop made for ambitious women, just like you, to set yourself up for success with feasible lifestyle shifts and a holistic approach to living. And we are going to dive into body nourishment today. But again, we're in Rise Up Live. This is an ambitious woman group. I want to help you set yourself up for success with feasible lifestyle shifts and holistic approaches to leveling up your wellness and conveniently your entrepreneurial game if you are an entrepreneur. So that's just a byproduct of living well, right? I am Stacey Heine, a lifestyle wellness mentor and certified holistic nutritionist and founder of the Urban Pharmacy, which is where you are right now. Over the years, I've become a certified yoga instructor and Pilates instructor, licensed Food for Life instructor with the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, a clean beauty mentor, certified herbalist, and I am a low tox living advocate. And I bring to you over a decade of experience of living as holistically as possible, all while growing a brand and being an entrepreneur. So I'm here to tell you today that if I can do it, you definitely can do it, okay? And during today's chat, you're gonna learn about my failures and my successes through my journey to better living. And today's topic is all about body nourishment. Yesterday, we talked about the pillar of body nourishment and how important it is in holistic living. And today is no different. We're just going to dive in deeper into this pillar and talk about how you can start to implement this pillar now. I want to start our talk today by prefacing that every story is super unique, and everybody has their own story, right? And everybody's story matters. And just because my story has gone this way or that way, it doesn't mean that you should ever compare or judge yourself based on other people's stories and other people's experiences. So I think that that's really important for you to tap into as you go into a way of living better, because it's very easy to get caught up in how other people are doing things and to judge yourself. But I want you to just be really thankful that you have invested the time right here and now to be here fully for yourself. So I want to share my story with you so that you can hopefully find inspiration and insight on how you can make your life better because someone else has already gone through it. That is me. I've already gone through the failures and learned the hard way. So before we get started, though, I want to start by reminding you to grab your workbook if you haven't already. And let's get ready to dive into body nourishment. Once you've gotten your workbook or your notebook, I want you to take a moment to find a comfy place to sit once again, like we did yesterday, so that we can go in with a mindset shift here, okay? We're going to go in with mindset shift. I want to help you take a moment to connect to your mind and your body, and doing this through a breathing technique. So obviously the Sherpa is going to have to come off because now I'm hot. I've manifested the warmth and the cozy feelings that I needed. All right. Find a spot that you feel comfortable with, my friend, my health crusader, and roll your shoulders up, down, and back. We're going to do something called box breathing. So if you are popping on right now, we are tapping into our mind, body, and talking about body nourishment today. Body nourishment. We're going to do 10 rounds of box breathing to get centered and to tap into our peripheral neurological system, our parasympathetic nervous system. Not peripheral. It is kind of peripheral. Anyway, our parasympathetic nervous system, also known as our PNS, okay? Our PNS. This is the system where we can chill. This is a system where we can digest and rest. And I want you to be in that present moment before I tell you about body nourishment today, because we need to nourish our body right here and now with breath. So 4 counts in, hold for 4 counts, 4 counts out, hold for 4 counts. We're going to do that 10 times. Here we go. Maybe you close your eyes. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Do it again. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. Again, inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold. And exhale for 4. I think I messed that one up. That's okay. We're doing it 7 more times. Here we go. We inhale for 4. We hold for 4. We exhale for 4. And we hold for 4. 6 more. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. And hold. 5 more. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. 4 more. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. 3 more. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. Last time. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 4. Hold. You did it. Okay. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Let's get started with body nourishment. Okay. So first off, I want you to answer the question, when is a time in my life when I felt my best? When was a time in my life when I felt my best? And I want you to elaborate here and get detailed. Get detailed. For me, I can tell you exactly when I felt the very best I have ever felt in my life. I had just completed 2.5 weeks of an externship for exercise science in college, which was at a camp that all of us adults had to go to all the way up in Wisconsin. It was far away from where I live, several hours. And I was at this camp, and basically what we did was we learned how to run a wellness camp. And it was pretty stressful for me to have missed out on making my money during that time away. I was working full-time in a bakery at the time, and I was also teaching Pilates part-time. But the way that I felt physically after those 2.5 weeks was totally transformational for my life and worth the money lost. I remember that was several months after I had gone plant-based, but I was still trying to figure out exactly how and what to eat that worked the best for my body. But that experience really did something for me. And what that did for me was to help me break free from mindless snacking, late night eating, and also it forced me into daily activity, which I would sometimes talk myself out of had I been home or under my own decision-making processes. And I had so much energy after this camp, after being away, after breaking free from the mindless snacking and the mindless behaviors that I was practicing, that my mind was more clear. I felt light. My digestion was on point. I had scheduled eating times throughout the day, right? Like we had to eat at specific times. And there was incorporated daily movement. It was like non-negotiable. You had to do it. And I got to focus on other things aside from sitting on the couch or what TV show I was going to watch that day, right? And it was a whole shift for me. And it was an entire wake-up call. And now that I look back at it, I am really, really thankful for that experience, even though I reluctantly went. I probably would have never known just how incredible I can actually feel had it not been for that 2.5 week externship that I had no choice in doing if I wanted to get my degree. So that is for me, and that is my story when I felt the best. But I really want you to reflect on how you have felt the best in your life and when that was and what the details surrounding that were. I want you to get super specific on that because it's important to understand everything that was going on in your life when you felt that way. Maybe it's right now. I want you to get really specific on that. And next, I want you to ask yourself, is there a specific time in your life when you started to shift your health for better or worse? Did you start to shift your health for better or worse at specific times in your life? And for me, here's another story. I used to take weight loss pills. I used to eat, quote, healthfully during the day just to binge on crap at night. Ice cream, chips, queso, boxes of cereal. I would make cupcakes and we would eat them all pretty much. Like, it was bad. It was not good. And we would drink alcohol. This, I'm saying we, like my husband and I, my now husband and I, we would drink often. I used to abuse Adderall, and we would exercise to exercise the bad food that we ate, exercise that off. No, that was like the lowest of my lows. And I would sit on the couch after doing that and like watch Jeopardy and like wake up to do it all again. Like, you know, or watched reality TV or whatever it was. Like, it was just terrible. And it was a bad cycle to be in. And I realized I was at my lowest of lows and completely changed my life through a whole unfolding. But, and again, that camp was one of the biggest parts of me getting out of that bad habit. But that was very vivid. And I'm sure that you have memories like that in your life where you're like, yeah, I wasn't practicing wellness at all. Or, you know, maybe that's right now. But I want you to write it down and I want you to own it because it's a very important part of stepping into your story and understanding your story. Like I said at the beginning of today, is crucial to your success. It's crucial to your personal health success and to your business success if you are an entrepreneur of any sort. So body nourishment is all encompassing, and it is not just physically what we are putting into our body, but a huge emphasis needs to be placed on our mental health and clarity. It has to be placed on our daily habits, our level of happiness, and measuring what goes into our mind and intentions that we implement every single day. Body nourishment is a loaded topic, but we're going to break it down today in 3 simple steps that you can walk away with right now so you can start implementing some holistic practices that make a really big impact in your life. The 3 ways that I'm going to go over today, the 3 things that I'm going to go over today include nutrition and supplementation, reducing your consumption of media, and your mind-body connection. So first, I want to talk about nutrition and supplementation. I could go on for days on this topic alone, but as a nutritionist, it's something that I find deep joy in helping clients with. But let's go over some of the basics that you can take action on right now that can help you feel better and have more clarity in your mind because your body is functioning at a higher level, right? So let me just tell you this. Unhealthy diet, unhealthy eating patterns contribute to approximately 680,000 deaths every single year just in the United States. 680,000 early deaths that can be avoided due to bad nutrition. These are things like obesity or heart disease or cancer or type 2 diabetes. And at the top of this nutrition hack list that I want to do and implement today is to decrease your processed foods. Okay. That's just step number one. Let me know if you are here for that. Typically, these are foods that you would find in the center of the grocery store, in the aisles that you can go up and down, right? The ones that are in the center of the grocery store again. So all of the aisle foods are not bad. Not all of them are bad or unoptimal. But the majority of shelf-stable foods are typically loaded with some sort of preservative or lots of salt or oil or sugars to keep them around for a really long time and to keep them from getting stale, right? And foods that you may find in the aisles are that are not worrisome are things like whole grains, like rice and dried beans, or even canned beans, or bulk items like nuts and seeds and grains and dried fruits. And when it comes to looking at food package labels, I kind of have like a rule of thumb or just a generalized rule that I practice when it comes to packaged foods. And I first look to see if I can recognize all of the ingredients. And if I can't, I definitely put it back. And I will just say, you don't want to be consuming highly processed, chemically produced foods. They disrupt your gut microbiome, and they can really stress the body and the brain in several ways. And we need that mental clarity, right? So another good rule of thumb to practice when it comes to packaged foods is to keep the sodium content in milligrams lower than the calories per serving. I'll say that again. A rule of thumb when it comes to buying packaged foods is to keep the sodium content in milligrams lower than the calories per serving. So what we really want to be doing is shopping around the perimeter of the grocery store where the produce aisle is and where there is abundant foods that have fiber in them. They're fiber rich. We have high phytonutrients there. We have antioxidants, antioxidant packed fruits and veggies, which are the cornerstone to healthful eating for longevity. And eating more plants and less animal products and processed food products is directly linked to living longer. And it's proven to lower your risk of many chronic illnesses, including type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, anxiety. Because you're cutting down on the saturated fats from like a meat or a cheese, a plant predominant way of eating can also make it easier to keep a healthy weight. And like I said earlier, obesity is one of the top reasons why people are dying early. And this area is something that I'm incredibly passionate about as a fully plant-based gal that's been living like this for over a decade. Another perk of eating predominantly plant-based is saving the earth and, of course, the animals. So I just want you to think about doing that as much as you can. Shopping the perimeter of the grocery store, eating more whole food plants, and seeing how you feel mentally and physically. I want to share a few of my cookbooks. A few of my favorite cookbooks would be How Not to Die cookbook, Oh, She Glows by Angela Liddon, Fiber Fueled by Dr. Will Bolsowitz. Gosh, there's so many out there, but those three are a really good place to start. And I just want to ask you, like, have you ever considered eating these decreased, or decreasing the processed foods that you're eating? Have you ever considered that? Write it down. Like, have you ever thought about that? Yes or no? And if you have any favorite cookbooks, make sure that you pull them out and try to find the recipes that are plant predominant, that have mostly plants in there. Another good tool that you can download is called the Daily Dozen app by Dr. Michael Greger by Nutrition Facts. It's going to give you basically an outline of how to eat on a whole food plant-based lifestyle. It's amazing. tells you how many servings of vegetables, how many servings of fruit, how many servings of grains, etc. It's great. And speaking of daily consumption, what about supplementation? Have you ever thought about supplementing your diet in some way? I want to be sure that you know that you don't have to supplement on a daily basis. However, most people do have a less than perfect diet, myself included, and they don't get outside enough. So supplementation may be good to look into. So I'm going to go over some of those that you can do today, that you can buy today and you can get going on. So for me, as a fully plant-based eater and someone who has had digestive issues and can have digestive issues due to thyroid problems, stress, so many factors, I do take a probiotic, a good probiotic that works really well for me. So maybe you look into getting a good probiotic. I also definitely recommend that people take omega-3 for brain health, and algal oil is my top preference for that. It is a fully plant-based omega-3 option that protects your brain and keeps any heavy metals or contaminants that might be found in fish oil, omega-3s, out of the picture. I also recommend taking a vitamin B12 supplementation, which over half of us are deficient in anyway because of this over-sanitized world. So I would highly suggest taking a B12 supplement for DNA production and for immune system support and for nerve production and support. Vitamin D is also something that I suggest you take if you are going to take a vitamin D, taking it with a vitamin K. So finding a vitamin D with K supplement is a really good idea to, again, help ward off depression and to, again, support that immune system. Okay. So those are supplementation techniques that I use on a daily basis to make sure that I am staying on top of my game. Okay, but speaking of depression, the next thing that you can implement today to instantly start feeling better and practice body nourishment is to prioritize and implement mental health. There are several ways to better your mental health, several. But one of the things that you can do right here, right now, is to stop the overconsumption of the news and other people's lives. I will say that again. Stop the overconsumption of news and other people's lives. And I'm not trying to be mean here, but this is just the fact. And I want you to understand what's going on mentally for you when that happens. Okay. So, especially as entrepreneurs, if you are an entrepreneur listening to this, which I know some of you are, we are going to be focusing on we need to be focusing on creating before consuming. Creating before consuming. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to show up in our full capacity and get the job done and impact the people that we need to impact if we are consuming before we create. If we are consuming, we are going to fall into negative beliefs. We're going to fall into limiting beliefs. We're going to fall into scarcity mindset. We're going to fall into the comparison game, and we cannot do that. So this might seem annoying to you or very extreme, but the fact of the matter is that new research shows that 71% of Americans get their news content via social media and social platforms. And our lives and our minds are completely bombarded with anxiety-provoking, stress-inducing news headlines, and most of it is subconsciously being fed into our brain. That affects us physically and mentally. So whether you realize it or not, polarization from friends, especially at this moment in time, hourly news updates from your apps, and having the TV on in the background are all potential stress triggers that could be limiting you and your impact. It can be causing digestive issues. It can make you feel tired all the time because you feel like you have no control over your life. And it can make you feel depressed, anxious, and like you're not good enough. So I want you to think about decreasing your consumption of social media and news, and always create before you consume. So a productivity tip that I have to help you limit the consumption of social media to a specific is to limit your social media consumption to a specific amount of time each day, and plan out how much you'll be dedicating to creation, which is also ultimately, can't talk, words are hard, ultimately going to make you feel happier and more accomplished and more focused on your bigger vision, and also going to help you increase your bottom line for those of you who are entrepreneurs. And lastly, among the body nourishment pillar that I'm going to touch on today, and that you can start doing right here, right now, includes the connection of body and mind. You already did that if you showed up at the beginning of this day, because we did box breathing, right? But what if you could get the physical and the psychological benefits of exercising simply through breath work and prayer and meditation and that mind-body connection? Would that be something that you would be interested in? I would think so, right? And we definitely have a whole pillar on everyday movement here at the Urban Pharmacy, but that mind-body connection can be so many things. There are 800 meditation studies listed in the National Institute of Health's database of clinical trials and researchers from across the globe evaluating different types of meditation practices and how they may help cancer patients, individuals with anxiety, breastfeeding moms, and so much more, and entrepreneurs and ambitious women. And like I said, breastfeeding moms, but not just breastfeeding moms, moms in general. And there are many types of meditation, but they all start with the general principle of quieting the mind while getting in a comfortable posture. So for me, I love putting my legs up the wall and doing my meditation. It helps me calm down. It helps blood flow to my vital organs, and it allows my spine to rest. So it works for me. Meditation may help relieve stress by increasing the production of relaxation hormones, including serotonin, and reducing the levels of cortisol in the body. And even 10 to 15 minutes of meditative practice a day can help calm your mind and your body. And according to the National Institute of Health's National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health Meditation, meditation may reduce your pain. It may help maintain a healthy blood pressure, reduce psychological distress, anxiety, and anger, increase your coping ability, boost your sleep quality, reduce menopausal symptoms, including hot flashes, stress, sleep, and mood. It can help regulate the immune system, reduce stress-induced inflammation, and slow or stall or reverse even your brain changing due to aging. How epic is that? So mind-body connection should not be underestimated. Those are the 3 things that you can do today, Health Crusaders, to nourish your body. And if you're here right now, I know you are a health crusader and you care about your health and you want to take that into your own hands. Body nourishment is a massive part of that. Okay, so those are what I want you to try to implement today. And I want you to take action on what we talked about in today's session. You have everything you need inside of you to live a most holistic, happy, healthful, impactful life so that you can step into your biggest purpose and start feeling your best and make the biggest impact. You have it all in you. I'm over here cheering you on because you just finished another episode of The Urban Pharmacy. For today's show notes, head on over to theurbanpharmacy.com and be sure to join us inside our private Facebook group called The Urban Pharmacy, where we share inspiration, live trainings, and holistic living tips to help you build community and the healthy lifestyle that you've always wanted. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button and please consider leaving us a 5-star review. Before we connect again on the next show, follow me on Instagram at The Urban Pharmacy. That's urban with an H and pharmacy with an F. And I can't wait to hear your wellness journey as we get to know each other better. You know, there's truly no better time than now to level up your life, and I am so proud of you for showing up today. Until next time, be well, Health Crusader.